Anyone would like to ask a question or two, maybe? Yes, please. Dr. Majid Sahib seems to be prepared, huh? What's it in your hand? Is it some question you are holding in your hand? No. Right.
Assalamu alaikum. Many Hadhrat Ahmadis who are educated, and when we explain to them the Ahmadiyya point of view and preach them, they always raise one very strange question. They say that the promised Messiah has done enough, we accept that, about the religion, but he has not given any contribution towards the independence of subcontinent. I mean, politically, while he was at the time, all the Congress was formed and the Muslim League was formed.
What are they waiting for?
Pardon?
What are they waiting for? A political leader or a religious leader? Because that is to be decided.
When I said the people from the subcontinent,
their view is very similar to the view held by the Jews of the time of the promise of the earlier Messiah. So there is one other similarity between the old Messiah and the new Messiah, that the people of this age are asking the same questions and having the same expectations of the promised Messiah as the Jews of the earlier days, or the first Messiah, did to, with regard to the first Messiah. But they twisted things. They misinterpreted the great prophecies, and they started to believe in a Messiah who would be the Redeemer, not the spiritual Redeemer, but a political Redeemer for them. So they were expecting someone to come in corporeal glory rather than spiritual glory. So that is why they mocked at him, at the earlier Messiah, and said, "What crown have you brought?" The one whom we were awaiting, he was to bring a throne and a crown to the Jewish world. So, out of mockery and derision for him, they put a crown made of thorns on his head. So that is how they treated him. So you can expect the similar treatment today in the modern days.
but when I said include the people from the continent, I included the Christians and the Hindus as well.
If he is for the whole world, the earlier Messiah was not for the whole world. So the attitude of the Jews only was similar in this regard. But now he is the follower of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, whose message is for the whole world. So naturally the whole world should raise the similar objections to him.
Could I ask another question to you?
If others have asked you other questions, why not?
No, that is my own question.
Yes, okay.
As we have been told by the tradition of the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam that Hadhrat Ali is Khatamul Awliya.
Yes.
In the same way, we read about the Hadhrat Mirza Tahir Ahmed, who said, "I am Khatamul Awliya as well."
Right.
Now, the meaning what we take, Khatamul Awliya, like the Khatamul Nabiyyin, would be the only one. So, how do we reconcile with the statement of Muhammadin Arabic?
Yes, you can easily, because the fact is that the word Khatam, as used in Arabic, is to give somebody the highest, to pay somebody the highest tribute. And sometimes it is related to time and sometimes it is unrelated to time. When Allah pays such tribute, using the word Khatam, that tribute must be considered timeless, because his knowledge comprehends, is all comprehensive and transcends everything else. It applies both to the past and to the future. So if Allah declares someone to be Khatamun Nabiyyin, his Khatamiyyat does not remain related to time. It becomes timeless. But if man uses the same word, because man has limited knowledge and his usage of the word should be understood in relation to his own capacity and his own limitations.
Thank you.
So, no, that's not all. Now, when we come to this usage of man, then generally the Arabs do not begin to compare one khatam with the other. Anybody is at his liberty to consider somebody as khatam. So it becomes that in his view, he is the best. And it's to be understood just as that. I mean, they don't begin to make comparisons and pick up fights that all right, you said Mutanabbi is khatam and I think Mutanabbi is not khatam and somebody else is khatam, so let's come to begin to cut each other's throats and try to declare each other Mutaraddin and this and that. They never took this stance. It only meant that if you consider somebody to be the par excellent in certain qualities, you had a right to declare him Khatam an-Nabiyyin, whether others agree with you or not, that is irrelevant. Nor will they take objection to your views. So let them call anybody else a Khatam in certain regards. So why to quarrel on this issue? Because it only means, in your view, some particular person has reached excellence beyond all, above every other, to the very highest degree. That is all that it means.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, please.
Huzur, continuing in the same vein, sometime when both Christians and non-Ahmadis, they listen to Ahmadiyya viewpoint, yes, and they accept the arguments and they appear very clear to them, they then say that if things are as easy to understand and as simple as is presented to them and as they accept, then how is it that millions upon millions of people don't see it that way? And perhaps there must be some other hidden reason, because of which those millions of people
to the Muslims you can say that don't you believe that the Holy Quran has been made easy for everyone? قَدْ يَسَّرْنَا الْقُرْآنَ لِلذِّكْرِ. This is the declaration of the Holy Quran. So how far this statement applies to the realities of time? Why, first of all, why most Muslims cannot understand this Holy Quran, which is made so simple and easy for everyone to understand, and why the majority of the human population rejects it entirely and does not consider it worthy of belief. Why? First you solve this why, then our turn will come. So using your method of answer, we may use the same weapons and answer you in the same way.
And with regard to the Christians, sir?
The same. Because Christianity to them at the time of Jews was a thing so easy of comprehension. I mean, that was the only truth. Though Jesus Christ says, I am Alpha, I am Omega, He is the beginning and the end, and He is the way, the only way. So if there is the only way, only one way available, why can't people see? Where there is no path, their eyes begin to conceive things. And the only way which is present is missed by them totally and entirely ignored. Why? The answer to all these questions is given in the first verse of Surah Baqarah. ذَلِكَ الْكِتَابُ لَا رَيْبَ فِيهِ هُدًى لِلْمُتَّقِينَ. To understand and recognize truth, and also to have courage to accept it despite all odds and all oppositions. This goes to only muttaqeen and to none else. Only muttaqeen can do such a thing. So it is no doubt the holy book is Huda and it is made easy for everyone, but only for those who are muttaqeen, who are God-fearing enough to say a spade when they see one, and to have the courage to declare a truth despite opposition of all types and hostilities of all types. And such people are very few in the world. So few people